Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Tales of the Forgotten Reborn, the collection for Baldur's Gate 3 that is. We are so back. So oh my god, you have no idea how long I've worked on this. But we are back. We got 50 plus classes, 20 plus races, level 20. But do make sure you are multi-classing correctly, because you know some of these don't have level 13 plus, so your game may crash. It will actually crash. Anyway, the idea is that this is a guide on how to install and utilize the collection and, well, Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager, because we have stepped away from Vortex for load order management purposes, okay? So, we're currently on revision 5. As you can see, revision 4 was a little while ago, as in 4 days. I may or may not have brought back the Legacy of Death, and I may or may not have majorly overhauled the collection, basically remade from scratch. We jumped from 253 mods in revision 3 to 1,433 in revision 4, and now, because I have updated this morning, 1,459 mods currently because of patches for Legacy of Death and some extra stuff that I've added, including Illithid Dominion. So, guide on how to install the collection begins right now. First of all, you need to know that you need Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager, but it is a part of the collection. This specific version, however, is the one we are using. So, what I'm gonna recommend right now is you make sure you have lslib, okay? You need to make sure you got this. After you install the collection entirely, you need to make sure this is still enabled. If it's not, turn it on, okay? Because it has a tendency of being disabled by Vortex for whatever freaking reason. And then I need you to make sure your settings look like this, okay? Now, I will tell you right now, this collection is extremely heavy, okay? It is very much heavy, so if you don't have an SSD, I would recommend maybe possibly considering buying one before installing this, because it's gonna take a while. Loading, even for me, on an SSD, which I do consider quite fast, I got 3 GB read-write speed, if I recall. Something along those lines. It still takes a while. I want you to understand that setting up Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager correctly through Vortex does matter. However, if you just, for whatever reason, cannot set it up correctly through Vortex, you can do a manual install and it will work, okay? I've just removed my manual install. I had it in the downloads folder, but I removed it for space. What I want to tell you is that right here in the tools section, Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager should show up. Click on these dots, edit. Make sure this is the pathing. You need to understand, if you've never done this before, if you've used Fluffy Mod Manager through Vortex or any other mod manager through Vortex, Vortex will do this. It will reset your target folder and target exe location. It will reset it to, like, if I go right now, and I'm gonna save this just in case, because I know what it's gonna do, and I select this right now. Okay, notice how it says these Steam libraries, Steam apps come on Baldur's Gate 3 bin BG3 mod manager.exe, okay? It's gonna change. See? It's going to see users, Zolier, app, data, roaming, Vortex, Baldur's Gate 3 mods, BG3 mod manager _ latest, BG3 mod manager.exe. Do not use that one. That one is the one from your mod staging folder. And although it could work for Baldur's Gate, I'm not entirely sure. I know for a fact for Fluffy Mod Manager, for example, it doesn't work. So just to be sure, what you will do is, see how I got this path right now? You will Control C or Control X to copy or cut set pathing. You will click X out of that, and you're gonna do this. You're gonna delete, and they're gonna paste, and make sure you got the the backslash or whatever it's called as well. And then this is the correct way of setting it up. Okay? Now for anybody that uses the Dragon's Dogma 2 mod collection, I may actually have to update the guide for that, because anyway, it's fine. Let's not go into detail with that right now. So, collection. For Baldur's Gate 3, you will add collection from here, okay? It's gonna show up in Collections tab. Right here, give it a little second. Vortex. There we go. So, I'm a little outdated right now on the local install. As in, you know, I haven't added the revision here, but as you can see, well, you can't right now. As you can see, I'm up to date right now. It's fine. The idea is that it's gonna show up in here, and if you click on view, it's gonna show you right here, down here, currently not shown for me because I already have it installed. It's gonna show you, you know, bro, shut up. It's gonna show you that the collection is installing, alright? But both Vortex and Nexus mods are a little finicky. So, first of all, Nexus Premium, kinda recommended. I do hope you have it. If you don't, good luck with that. I do not do manual installs. I'm sorry. What I want to mention right now, though, is that for whatever reason, both Vortex and or Nexus mods have an issue with downloading too many mods at the same time. Maybe because of too many requests, you might get blocked or something, I don't know. The point is that sometimes downloads fail, okay? What you want to do, because they're gonna show up right here, okay? You click on this, and then you get these, okay? And then it's gonna tell you that it's, you know, in progress or failed or whatever. You're gonna cancel download. You're gonna do this, exit Vortex. You're gonna reboot Vortex. Okay? I'm gonna walk you step by step on how to install this. And now, you're gonna go back to Collections tab. I'm not gonna update right now. It's already up to date, but whatever. And you're gonna restart the download, okay? Now, once you've actually managed to download the collection, do note that if you cannot download the collection, this is not a problem with the collection itself. It's either a problem with Vortex or Nexus mods, not the collection itself, okay? Please do not vote negatively because of that. That's not something the collection itself is problematic for, or you know what I'm saying. It's not a problem related to the collection itself, rather it's related to Vortex and or Nexus mods. Not the collection, again. Not my fault. Don't blame me for that. So, once you've actually managed to install the collection correctly, I need you to make sure you got, you know, you're scrolling down here to installation instructions. This right here. I need you to make sure you got all of these installed. Now, I also need you to make sure that you have VC Redist. This one is a direct download link. And .NET 8, another direct link from Microsoft, okay? Download them, they're required for Baldur's Gate 3 Mod Manager to function. Right here, you got some instructions on how to use the load order file. Please click on the resources page link. It's gonna boot, it's gonna send you right here. You want to download this, okay? You manual download, and then you got this right here. Now what you do with this, again, I've shown you how to set up BG3 Mod Manager, okay? It's downloaded, it's in the collection, okay? Okay, it's right here. So, you want to make sure it says mod type BG3, BG3SA, the Steam library, blah blah blah, Baldur's Gate 3 bin. And if you click on it, it should be right here in the actual game folder, okay? What is this? Oh, it's my other Dragonborn third setup. I forgot about it. Okay, so deploys to your bin folder, straight up. It's right here, okay? Again, notice how this is a seam link and not a normal exe. That means it's managed by Vortex. So, what you want to do is you want to make sure this is right here, set up correctly. Then in Tools, again, please make absolutely sure this is set up correctly. And then you will boot it up, okay? You can close Vortex now, it legit don't matter anymore, okay? Like, you can actually just exit entirely, okay? Now what you want to do is import from file, okay? I'm gonna go to my zip so I can show you guys more easily. Okay, you import this, open. It's gonna load up the collection properly. And then you either click on this to export to game, or export the game, okay? And then you have right here a shortcut, okay? Now for the purposes of the video, I'm gonna click on this and I'm gonna boot up the game to show you guys that it does actually take a while to boot up. So bear with me. But yeah, export and then click on the icon to boot up the game. You would ideally want to boot up the game through this, okay? Now, for the purposes of knowing what the flip is going on, okay, percent local app data percent, okay, this right here gets you to this folder. You're gonna press L to go to Larion Studios, Baldur's Gate 3, player profiles, public. This right here is your mod settings LSX load order file, okay? Now I do need to open it because for some reason that is inexplicable to me right now, it looks a little different in the file size. But it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. Now, I want to let you know that I'm gonna boot up Vortex again. So, local app data is where your mod settings LSX file is at, and that's also where BG3 mod manager is exporting the load order at, okay? It's the mod settings LSX in that specific folder that I've shown you right now. I was gonna show you... Let me go on Nexus. We do have a couple of optional mods. And then there is we got this, which is Extra Encounters Plus. Okay, this is an off-site asset, as in it's from mod.io. Now, if you go to Extra Encounters, this is the one. We're currently using, I believe, the latest version. I can't tell. I wish I could, but I do believe it's currently the latest because 4 months ago, 20062, okay? That is the current latest version. I wish the name was changed. Anyway, it's fine. Should be fine. Always download latest version and make sure if you're playing co-op, always use the latest version. Now, related to co-op, I do actually have to mention a little something later, but later. We do have some optional mods in here. Deadlier Honor mode has Boss Pack 1 and 2. Then we have Early Access Nautiloid. And my TOTF Nautiloid Overhaul, an Nautiloid in actual hell, which has been updated to work with latest patch. And look at this, man. Like, look at these, man. Like, just go play the game with it. It's very nice. Especially with Early Access Nautiloid. It does work, but you need to make absolutely sure that BG3 mod manager loads my mod below Early Access Nautiloid in the load order, okay? Early Access Nautiloid needs to overwrite my mod. Now, can I get... For whatever reason, Baldur's Gate 3 does not want to show up when I click on it, but anyway, the idea is that we are in game, and if it doesn't look red like this, you know you got some issues, okay? It should. Now, if it doesn't look like this, and you've done everything correctly, which means you've booted up the game through Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager. Also notice how it took like a couple of minutes to boot up the game properly. It does take a while to load up. It's just how it is when you got almost 1.6k mods, pack mods loaded in. And then we got a bunch of overrides in here. That is what it is. If you've done everything correctly and you've exported load order to game, okay, you export and then it shows up. It's gonna tell you. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm in game. I don't want to accidentally fuck up something. What you can do is open this folder right here, public. Now what you can do is you can export load order with this folder open and just check that the date and time is being changed accordingly, okay? And then try to boot up the game again through the shortcut from Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager itself. Don't boot up the game normally. And now if that doesn't work, please let me know. I do believe this should work every single time though. But make sure your mod order is set up, you know, correctly. So it has to look like this at the end. Alright? Like just look at this. Okay? And then just check with yours, I guess. Okay? This is how it should look. Okay? This right here. With the AV item shipment framework being the first in compatibility framework. Now I've put a lot of these in the compatibility tab because let's just say some stuff overriding my TOTF not let overhaul spells from Mirazul was crashing the game. I didn't like that, so I put them in the compatibility tab. It just be like that. Alright, anyway. The game works. I'm gonna quit out of it because for some inexplicable reason Vortex does not want to capture my game. So that is how you install it. That is how you use Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager to load up the order. Now do note that you will have to set up Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager with your local install of Baldur's Gate 3, and if you need instructions on how to do that, just click on this link. Okay, it's gonna send you straight to the GitHub. Then you can read on here how to do that. But yeah, this is where you will find more instructions related to Baldur's Gate 3 mod manager. I hope you guys have a good one, and do let me know if you encounter any bugs. I'll see you in the next one.